Welcome to another 2-Minute Tech Tip Tuesday. Brought to you by the National RV Training Academy, the largest hands-on RV training academy in America. Hey, before we get to the video, which I know this is the reason why you're here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you don't miss anything. Hit the subscribe button now. Thank you. Now, back to our Tech Tip Tuesday. Hey, Santa Todd here. We'll be here for the next 3 weeks answering your questions.
Tony, I'm a big fan of the YouTube channel and tech tips. Here's my question info. I have a 50 amp service on my Class A RV. My current inverter charge is a Magnum MM1212, which provides power only on one hot line of my 50 amp service. I really want to get power on the other hot line going into my distribution panel so I can power my absorption fridge and use the 120 volt to cool it while driving down the road without running my gas generator. All right, he's got a crazy idea. I'd love to hear your idea first.
Move the breaker, but go ahead.
All right, I have the crazy idea of using my Blue Eddy 2000 watt output to power the second leg of my 50 amp service. I was thinking I would just build a dog bone adapter for a 120 outlet to 50 amp plug, and just only wire in one side of the 50 amp plug for the side the inverter converter is not on. I would then store my Blue Eddy in the compartment my cord is in and plug it in. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
All right, so here's the thing. If you dog bone down with the Blue Eddy, right, then you're taking your 50 amp cord, which is going to be 2 hot legs. Going to go to 1, but they bridge the 2 together. So yes, you can, but unfortunately what's going to happen is the Blue Eddy is going to take over both legs because the dog bone combines leg 1 and leg 2. Now, if you're off grid, you're going to have a kind of a problem because you already have an inverter on there, and when you plug in the Blue Eddy, hopefully, your magnet sign stops for a second, but you're going to have an unwanted drain, which is going to be everything on leg 2. Let's just say that. Really, the best thing to do is find out if you have a sub panel, and if there's a way to redirect the circuit that is in the master panel for your refrigerator, move it over to the sub panel where you can actually receive power for that. Or if you know of an outlet where it is actually powered by the inverter, maybe get an extension cord for the refrigerator and run it over to that outlet. Problem solved.
Yeah, man.
Right? Path of least resistance. That's what we want to do.
Todd, I'm learning so much from your great videos. A question I have is, are there any hazards if I plug my 30 amp power cord into my garage outlet at home using a 15 amp reducer puck so I can have electric in the camper sitting in my driveway? Thank you for the great tips. Now, back when I was just an ice cube, I used to do that. And I was under the impression, as long as I plugged it in, I had power, and I was running the air conditioners and everything. And then all of a sudden, my puck turned into just a melted gelatinous gloop of stuff. So I learned from that.
And yet the breaker did trip.
It didn't.
Isn't that
No,
weird?
no. So be warned. But go ahead.
Yeah. So any danger, as long as you don't demand more than what's already on the circuit. Now, I'm not going to say 15 amps because if it's in your house, then more than likely there's other outlets daisy-chained on that same circuit, right? So you'll have to find that out. Flip the breaker off, find out what else turns off inside the house or garage or wherever you're at. Now, if it's in the garage, and depending on when it's built, it's probably also GFCI. So as soon as you plug it into the RV with your dog bone reducer, it's going to instantly trip. If it instantly trips, then you know that you're probably on a GFCI protected outlet. Can you do it safely? Yes, but you're going to have to really limit what you're actually trying to do with that 15 amp outlet. Okay, so don't try and run an air conditioner, quite honestly, even a microwave, simply because there may be other draws on that same circuit. So, yes, it can be done. Check into it, though. All right, what do we have next? Ed?
Rodney Tilley, PM1KD. I have a 22-foot travel trailer. In the coldest weather, it's my favorite type,
Right?
we will use a 1500 watt space heater. 12-volt televisions, microwave, and some cooking appliances. Question is, can I do all this on a 14 or 12 gauge extension cord, or do I always need to drag out and use that 30 amp cord? That pesky 30 amp cord.
Let's go over everything that they're running, and hopefully not at the same time. There was the space heater.
1500 watt space heater.
Yeah.
12-volt television.
Television, not a problem.
A microwave. Well, that's
All
probably
right, we're
on
another
and off.
1,500 watts, so right around 3,200 watts.
Some cooking appliances.
Well,
Can I-
every cooking appliance is going to be 1,000 to 1,500 watts.
Yeah. Question is, can I do this on a 14 or 12 gauge? Not if you want to keep your nice round snow bubbles,
Yeah.
snowballs.
So here's
intact.
the thing. You know, a 12 gauge cable, 12 gauge cable is going to be rated for 20 amps, right? 10 gauge is going to be rated for 30 amps. So depending on if you're turning on everything or if you were just listing the things that you turn on, one at a time. But yeah, cabling, and it would be safe just to always pull out the pesky 30 amp power cord and plug into a truly 30 amp outlet. That'd be the best way. When you reduce the size of the cable, you reduce how much electricity you could use. And there's your tech tip. All right, before you get to the bloopers, which is why you're here in the first place, the RV industry needs thousands of RV technicians and inspectors, and now is the perfect time to do that. If you want to make more money or have more control over your time, go ahead and click the link below. Or if you just want to learn how to fix your own RV, got something for you there. Head over to rvtechcourse.com and get started today.
Now, for the reason that you're at the end of the video, roll the bloopers.
You want to do the intro? Or you want me to?
No, go ahead.
All right. Hey, it's Santa
Welcome
Todd.
to the tech tips. The risk and exposure of your transfer switch.
Exposure, and it's talking about films. I get it.
Oh, did I say exposure? That's not even on here. I can't really read because this thing is, I only get one eye and I can't see to begin. Well, now I have a weird chin. I have a
Hey, welcome to another installment of Santa Todd and Tony Frost.
Tony Man.
Tony Man Frost. All right.
I'm a snowman.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to another. Okay. What's the name?
That was from Pooh Finger 123.
Oh, that happens. Yeah,
You know-
especially when you use RV style toilet paper. You come
Yeah.
back with a poo finger.
Oh, you huh?
I thought you were talking about the old album, OU812.
Yeah.
Van Halen? Was it Van Halen? Oh, people are gonna get mad if I'm wrong.
I don't remember that one.
They had an album, OU812. Watch all the old people now,
Yeah.
which is my age.
Yeah.
Santa's age doesn't even know
Luckily,
who wrote OU812. Which album was that?
luckily this is in the bloopers and nobody watches that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not striking a bell for some reason.
Van Halen. Isn't that what I said? I said Van Halen, right?
Well, there you have it.
There we go.
You got one on.
Bam. Hey, why don't you do it this time?
Hey, everybody.